outbreak going on there. So how should people be looking at the idea of masks at this point in the pandemic?
The CDC guidance is the correct one. We've known from the very beginning that outdoor transmission, even among unvaccinated individuals, is something that's very rare. So these towns that are keeping these outdoor mask mandates in opposition to the CDC guidance are wrong. Those mask mandates should be rescinded. I think it sends the wrong message. We want people, especially unvaccinated people, to concentrate on wearing masks where they matter the most, and that's indoor settings. We want public health to be something that's based on science so that the people actually trust that we're doing things in their best interest on their behalf. And I think that type of position towards outdoor masking is wrong. And I think we really need to realize that these vaccines are life-saving, that they change your life, and that they do allow people to return to their pre-pandemic life. And outdoor masks is one thing that I think really should be ending across this country.
Doctor, you talk about a segment of the population being skeptical of getting the vaccine. You've also got those who have gotten at least one dose who haven't necessarily returned for the second dose of Pfizer or Moderna. You heard Dr. Fauci saying it's at roughly 8%. What do you tell those who say, look, things are feeling a lot more comfortable. We know how effective one shot can get you. Why return for the second one? What do you tell those people?
I tell them that the second dose is what's going to give their immunity more robustness, and it's going to allow it to last longer. It's going to protect them against some of those more contagious variants that we're seeing. So we know that one dose works, but we don't know for how long it works. And all the data in those clinical trials supports a 2-dose regimen for Moderna and Pfizer. And while there was debate early on about prioritizing first doses, the intention was always to get people second doses. So I tell people to go and get that second dose. It's important that these second doses be convenient, that there was some issues early on where people are having difficulty scheduling their second dose. That's all gone. So I think it should be something that people can do very easily. I'm glad that 92% of people did get their second dose, and that 8% is less concerning because it's a small number, but we want everybody fully vaccinated as quickly as possible so that we can get the best control of this pandemic that we can.
And we saw the U.S. move finally on India to restrict travel there. I mean, we've been seeing what's playing out, and I'd be curious to your take. We heard from former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb saying that he'd be surprised if that variant wasn't already back here in the U.S. as we've allowed travel freely. Do you think we were slow to do that this time around, given the way we acted in the past? And what's your take there on that case spike as it continues in India?
I'm not a major fan of travel restrictions or travel bans for any type of infectious disease. I think testing, tracing, isolating is the best way to do it. And I do agree with Dr. Gottlieb that this variant is likely here in the United States, that it gives people the false impression that just because you're banning travel from one country, that your country